The Terrorcons are a new malicious faction who are shoving aside the Decepticons to take their place as main villains in Transformers Rise the Beasts. And from what we know, they're more dangerous than any Transformer that we've seen on the big screen. So who exactly are they? What war are they waging in Rise the Beasts, and why is their leader adorned with stolen insignias from every faction? To unravel this mystery, it's best to start with everything we know so far. The Terrorcon leader, Scourge, whose ult mode hellishly mirrors the one of Optimus Prime, is described as being a ruthless hunter. Much like Age of Extinction's Lockdown, he leads both Nightbird and Battletrap and indiscriminately preys upon Transformers that fall into his sights. A true merger of his previous G1 and Robots in Disguise incarnations. However, whilst his trophy insignias are both testament to his described personality and power to take out the strongest Autobots and Decepticons, it more importantly reveals the Terrorcon's ability to time travel. He bears the symbol taken from fallen Maximals, the far future descendants of the Autobots. Unless Rise the Beast changes this, it means Scourge is either from the present or the far future. As to how the Terrorcons travel through time, I'll get to in just a moment. The same can also be said for Nightbird and Battletrap's origins. Much like her Terrorcon leader, Nightbird, who transforms into this dark Nissan Skyline, is a cold, calculated warrior, described as a modernized version of her original G1 self. Where the two differ, however, is their loyalty to the Terrorcon cause. Whilst Scourge is a devoted leader, Nightbird's loyalty and allegiance is far more flexible, with her even apparently switching sides either prior or in Transformers Rise the Beasts. Nonetheless, the last Terrorcon, Battletrap, is both possibly the most interesting and yet the one we know the least about. Outside of his truck vehicle mode, we know next to nothing about the Rise the Beast version of the character. However, things start to get interesting when you look at his first appearance. The original Battletrap was a Decepticon Duocon, a combiner made of two components, Battle Slash and Road Trap, a helicopter and truck who don't have robot modes of their own. Whilst Battletrap's ult mode in Rise the Beast is reminiscent of Road Trap, whether we'll see Battle Slash or potentially a third helicopter ult mode still remains to be seen. Nevertheless, the more interesting question as to how they got access to time travel and what Scourge's seemingly anti-Cybertronian mission is can be found not by looking at our Terrorcons individually, but the faction's previous iterations as a whole. Excluding their original appearance in Generation 1, every variant form of the Terrorcons we've seen on screen has had a connection to the Chaos Bringer Unicron, the same being who was teased throughout Transformers The Last Knight, and the same being who on multiple occasions has sent his minions through time to carry out his will and terrorize the Cybertronians. In Transformers Energon, the Terrorcons were created from Unicron's own body by the Quintesson Alpha Q to serve as his own army, whereas in Transformers Prime, Terrorcons were zombified Transformers who were brought back to life using Dark Energon, the very blood of Unicron. Although we've not gotten confirmation for Transformers Rise the Beast, the movie's Terrorcon insignia bears striking resemblance to the Chaos Bringer, particularly the horns. After all, the original Scourge in Transformers the movie was created by Unicron himself. With Paramount's track record of borrowing plot points from the shows as well as their backtracking on whether Bumblebee is a prequel or not, it's quite possible that the Unicron thread has been continued in Rise the Beasts, in a similar vein to that of the Netflix series, who honestly have pretty much the exact same factions minus the Terrorcons, whose gap is pretty much filled up with Unicron, Galvatron and Nemesis Prime. But I'm not the only one seeing the similarities, right? So in short, it's quite possible that in Transformers Rise of the Beasts, the Terrorcons are acting on behalf of Unicron in order to stop or meddle with time. So when our Beast Wars characters travel back to the time of the ancient Incas, it's likely the Terrorcons follow them to Earth. And like we've seen in WFC and Beast Wars, although the Predacons and Decepticons have their own agenda, the Terrorcons essentially wouldn't care if you were good, bad, Autobot or Decepticon. To Unicron and his plans, you're all essentially the enemy. Thus, why Scourge has seemingly killed all of these random Transformers. Furthermore, if you take note of the condition of this insignia compared to the others, sadly we may see one Autobot fall to the Terrorcon advance. Overall, as of recording, that's all there is to know about Transformers Rise of the Beast's new faction. It'll definitely be interesting to see how menacing the Terrorcons are, and how they interact with each faction. But what are you guys most excited to see from the Terrorcons? Let me know your thoughts down below. Also, if you want a more in-depth breakdown of Scourge's trophy kills, go watch this video I made all about it. If you guys enjoyed the video, then leave a like, and subscribe to catch the latest Transformers Rise the Beast news and more. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and see you soon.